Hello and welcome to everybody. It's day of the confinement here in Palamos, but still keeping it all together. This is a new series I'm going to be doing in which I'm going to introduce you to the episodes of the Pure Football podcast that I've been creating in recent weeks. We call this one, What Would Johan Do? I'm very proud of this episode because I managed to chat to Jordi Cruyff recently, but also I found and uncovered a chat that I had with Johan Cruyff and Pep Guardiola together, coinciding with the presentation of Johan Cruyff's biography, which was about 6 months since his departure. Also, I spoke to Nayim, the former player of Spurs, of course, and Zaragoza too, and Barcelona, who had a different kind of experience with Johan Cruyff. So I felt that in that podcast, I kind of add a 360-degree picture of Johan, the revolutionary, the guy that made us think differently, and that's so important. Those that do that, those that challenge what you think you know about football, are those that I admire the most. And of course, somebody that saw his profession and the decisions that he made in his profession as black or white, and sometimes that affected people, like it did affect Nayim. Amazing story of how he was not even allowed to train with Barcelona for a while. But first things first, the first extract I want you to hear from it comes from Jordi Cruyff. Jordi, almost by accident, invited his dad, who was already ill, to Tel Aviv. And that trip became the last deep conversations that he had with his dad. He shared some of the stuff that they spoke about, and also what it meant to him that Johan had actually come to Tel Aviv and saw the success of his son as a director of football. He actually did very well and won trophies that Maccabi Tel Aviv, who was the director of football actually hadn't won for a long time. So let's hear from Jordi.
No, it was a successful period, and it's tough sometimes. You're far away, different from things that you might be used to or the way of thinking, and to adapt there. I think he saw I made steps in terms of maturity. But yes, for me, the main thing of that visit was I was many years, I left, I think, Barcelona when I was 21. It's a very long time ago. I never really came back. 1 year when I was injured and another year when I was in Espanyol. But I've been long away, gone for a long time. And then if he would have passed away without us spending that time together, I would have felt some kind of guilt knowing that he was ill, even though we did not expect things to go so quick. We really thought it would be years. And bam, it happened like this.
From that chat that I told you with Jordi Cruyff and Pep Guardiola, there was something that kind of shocked me. But then I thought about it and realized there is a touch of truth in it. Pep Guardiola thinks that without Johan Cruyff, in a world in which Johan Cruyff did not exist, he probably wouldn't have been a coach, or he wouldn't have been a top coach. The reason is, I think, because Johan, started, if you like, or developed a style that if he hadn't been successful, or if he hadn't existed as a person to develop that style, he wouldn't allow Pep to actually get the kind of jobs that he got. But let's hear from Pep Guardiola.
A science fiction question for you, Pep. In a world where Johan Cruyff didn't exist, what would you be like as a coach?
No, me? It's impossible. No, maybe we'll be coach, but training in the conference league or something like that. So
come on, I don't think that.
No, believe me. What I said before. So Johan is not about how many titles we won when we were there. So huge amount of players in that period are coaches now. Are coaches, like a little bit like a Ryosaki. So the players, the trainers who show us why. And after that, when you realize, you figure out a little bit the secrets about the football, about the game, the secrets of the game. I want to try it. I want to do that. That's why I became coach. Not because jump faster or shooting faster. So understand the reason why. It's because we play good, we bet or win or lose. And that's why I have a huge list, But it doesn't matter. All the players of the generation are coaching.
And as I said, I wanted to put another side to Johan Cruyff's story. I think you get to hear from Jordi Cruyff, from Pep Guardiola, that he was very strong in the way he defended his opinions and destroyed others. That was good for conversation, but at the time of making decisions, as a coach, you have to take thousands of decisions as a manager, and sometimes you don't get it right. Or sometimes, whatever decision you make, which may be right at the time, if it affects people. Johan Cruyff and Nayim at the beginning did not get on, or I don't think that's right, actually. What happened was that Johan Cruyff felt that Nayim did not belong to Barcelona, and that, of course, had a massive effect on the career of Nayim. Let's hear from Nayim.
It was a bad time for me at that time because he came and he said, well, you're not going to be in the squad this season. I want you to go on loan somewhere. I said, okay, fine. I mean, you decide that. I don't know why, because, you didn't see me playing. And obviously I was upset. I said, okay, where we want me to go? He said, well, we have a club, Cadiz, to go there. Obviously, Cadiz was in the first division, but it was the club they always struggling to stay in the division. And I said no, because the way I play, I mean, Cadiz is not the best team for me. I said, okay, if you don't want to play in Cadiz, you can't, train with a team. I said, okay, what do you want me to do? I don't know. He said, do whatever you want, but you're not gonna be in the dressing room. And I was training on my own for 3 months. I mean, that was a terrible time. I was 21.
Strong words, but it is sometimes those kinds of decisions, when you think you deserve to go one way and you're not allowed, that made you grow. In fact, that story has got a massive twist. So I hope that you have the time to check the podcast, which you'll have all the information down here, and all the other episodes. I've spoken to Klopp, to Henderson, to Van Dijk. So there's a couple of Liverpool episodes in it. I spoke to Gary Neville, I spoke to Rafa Benitez, and there are more that I'm preparing. So subscribe in all the usual places, and I hope that this gave you a little bit of a teaser of what the podcast is about. Generally, I talk to people about not the usual, if you like, or not in the usual tone. I'm not looking for news, for headlines. I'm looking to find out their experiences and what they made of and what kind of decisions made them get to the top, because all of the guys that I talk to are people that are in the elite. And I never forget that the elite is a place that I don't belong to, but I'm always thankful that through conversations with people like these that I mentioned, I'm allowed to have a peek of, I'm allowed to see what's inside, and I'm allowed to understand it as well, to then explain it in whatever format I want to do so, in a book or in an article, in a podcast, in a video. So that's what the Pure Football Podcast is about. Check it out. Please suggest anything, and I'll continue in 2 or 3 days' time. I'll continue to put out there some more videos of the kind of episodes that we've got in the series. For now, I'll leave it here. See you later.